Hey guys, G Show here with Blindsided Sports covering the Buffalo Bills, and it is draft week, baby! We got our first annual mock draft. Let's get into it, baby! Bang! Hey guys, gotta ask you real quick before this video goes on any further. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for all of our notifications. And do not forget, we are going to be live for the draft Thursday night, Facebook and YouTube. Let's go. Fast forward to the first round. It's the 9th pick. Roger Goodell comes strolling out, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Bills have traded the Washington Redskins, their 9th overall pick, and the Washington Redskins select quarterback, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Redskins are going to trade up. They want that quarterback. There's a bunch of teams in between them at 15 and 9 where the Bills are, and the Bills are ready and able to slide on down. Okay, guys? I really feel strongly that we're going to make a trade back here. I think it's going to be the Redskins, might be the Dolphins. You know, there's a couple different teams that play, but I feel very strongly that we're going to slide back and get a little bit more stock so we can get a little bit more depth picks at the first and second round here. We give up our 9th overall and our 112th overall pick, which is the 4th round, for their first round 15th and their second round 46 overall. So we pick up a 1 and a 2 from them, and we give up a 1 and a 4. Okay, so like I said, it's that extra second round pick. And we'll see, we're going to dive into what we're going to do with that extra pick possibly going forward. But a little bit more depth in the first and the second, and we think we could still get a solid star player here at that 15th pick in the first round. And who that pick's going to be with the 15th pick in the first round of the 2019 draft, the Buffalo Bills select Brian Burns, Florida State defensive end. Guys, Brian Burns is a freak. 6'5", 249 pounds, ran the 40-yard dash in 4.53 seconds, okay? He's an absolute freak, and what he does as a player is adds that player opposite of Jerry Hughes to get after that quarterback. We don't know what's going on with Jerry. We don't know how much longer he's got in the league. We don't know what's going to go on with Shaq Lawson. Our D-line is kind of a question mark right now, and with the amount of times that the Bills have met with Brian Burns pre-draft, I really think he's up there on their draft board. And if they can trade back to that 15th spot and they feel confident that they can grab Burns, which I would feel comfortable with taking Burns at 15. I think he'll still be there. This could do a lot of things for that D-line. Not only does it bring in a young talent that could be an instant starter, but it's to put somebody opposite of Jerry Hughes while Jerry Hughes has still got a couple years left. It allows Shaq Lawson to slide in to the interior D-line. It gives Star Lotulelei and Harry Phillips someone to work with. The D-line shores way up here. Brian Burns is a ginormous pick for the Bills. After last year, seeing Trent Murphy not being able to stay healthy, you know, it's if he could play, if Brian Burns could come in and be productive, you know, I hate to say it, but we can cut some of the fat on the team that we have right now that we're not going to need. Our D-line went from, you know, possibly a little bit below average to the average range to above average with potential to be even higher with the amount of pressure our secondary gets. So putting somebody that's explosive like Burns on the D-line is crucial to our team right now, which is why I think the Bills have met with him so much, and which is ultimately why I think the Bills go defensive line, especially D-end here with this pick. And guys, this trade back is all kind of riding on if Ed Oliver's there at 9. I truly think that we draft Ed Oliver at 9. If he's there, we don't trade back. But I do think Oliver is going to be off the board before we get there at 9. All right, guys, we got a little bit more draft capital after we slid back in that draft. Okay, so let's get to the end of the first round, and there's a player that we're seeing kind of slipping a little bit, a player that the Bills have met with, the Bills have worked out, the Bills have had their eye on in a position that we need. It's that first round, pick 28, Chargers on the clock, comes strolling out Roger Goodell. He announces there has been a trade. Okay, the Bills slide up, they trade that 46th pick, the second round, and our third round pick, number 74. The Chargers only have 7 picks in this draft. They're looking to add a couple more guys. Chargers trade back, Bills trade up, and with that pick, the Buffalo Bills select. I'll tell you that. No one feels. Woo, guys, this is huge. This is a big one. We got an athletic tight end that we're missing, okay? Tyler Kroft, I'm excited to see what he's got going on. He's going to be a good blocker. He's going to make some plays down the field and whatnot. But with Brian Daboll's offense, he loves tight ends. And he has been handicapped since he got to Buffalo because of the lack of tight end production. And with Tyler Kroft and now Noah Fant, the Bills' production on that line from that tight end, their schemes, their sets, everything opens up on their offense. With this guy, he's an athlete. He's a freak. He's going to make some big plays. Okay, he's 6'4", 249 pounds, and he ran a 4.5 40, guys. He's fast, he's athletic, and to be honest with you, watching his film here, he kind of reminds me of an Aaron Hernandez type. His NFL comparison at the Combine was Eric Ebron, which you throw Eric Ebron in this offense, and we're going to have that type of player. Ginormous, absolutely huge, as we all know. Some of his strengths: mega athlete who excelled in triple jump, high jump, and basketball. Accelerates off snap for immediate seam and attacks. Runs with long, loose strides downfield. Speed and play talent to work all areas of the field. And nearly 1 touchdown for every 4 catches at Iowa, guys. 1 touchdown for every 4 catches. Speed to open it up and take off after catch. Guys, he's a type of player that the Bills could use. He's a big play type of tight end. Okay, he can get open, and once he catches the ball, he can make those big plays. And not to mention, he can block. He can block. And this is another part here where if he slides, I don't know. A lot of mock drafts show that he's going to slide. A lot of mock drafts have him going in kind of in that 20 range, 25 to 30. If the Bills want to make that move and trade up and get that tight end opposite of Kroft, it would be huge. But if he's not available at that spot that they want him, we might hang on to those. We might hang on to those 2-round picks we get from a Washington, or we got from if the Dolphins want to trade up and grab a quarterback at that 9th spot. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Noah Fant, late 1st-round pick, late night drama on Thursday night. I could see the Bills, if they trade back out of that 9th spot, I could see them making that splash late Thursday night, because there's so much talent that's projected to go in that early 2nd round that the Bills might want to jump up and nab anybody who they really like, and we're going to have some stock there, guys. We're going to have the extra picks to make that move. Look for the Bills to possibly have 2 first-round picks again this year. All right, guys, moving right along here. 2nd round, it's Friday night, that pick number 40. Where are we going to go? We're going to go offensive tackle, Caleb McGarry, out of Washington. Yeah, I know it's not too much of an exciting pick, especially when there's a bunch of those wide receivers still out there. There's the Harmons, the Hakeem Butlers, maybe even N'Keal Harry. I know, I get it. We want to make a splash at wideout, but with that Noah Fant grab, I think we go O-line here to shore it up even more and to bring in possibly a young star. Look, they've worked out Caleb McGarry 3 times already. They've worked him out, met with Caleb McGarry more than anybody pre-draft. Okay, 6'7", 317 pounds, guys. Did 23 reps on the bench press. He's a big monster of a man. And you put him at tackle, okay, he's going to grow, he's going to develop. But you put him at guard. If we get the tackle spot set and we move this young man at guard with his athletic prowess and his size and stature, he's going to shine, okay? You put him on the inside of that O-line, he's going to shine right away. The strengths here, we got adequate 2nd-level radar, which means he can get off that block and get out there and move with the running back on option plays and things like that. He can unload with brute upper body power when punch reaches extension, loves to finish with maximum force when opportunity calls, firm base to counter bull rushers. Okay, he's like I said, guys, he's a big boy. He's explosive, he's strong. But look for the Bills to shore up this O-line even more and go opposite of what they've done. They kind of brought in these seasoned vets who are hoping that they can fill some holes here and there. But they also, I don't think the Bills are done. I think the Bills realize that we have to get younger at O-line along with having seasoned vets in there. So look for him to bring in Caleb McGarry. Guys, he should be a starter right off the bat. Put him in a guard, and if he shows that he's got what it takes, put him in at left tackle, right tackle, most likely right tackle. But I like this pick, Caleb McGarry. They know all about him. They've met with him numerous times. If they're drafting McGarry in the 2nd round, that means they absolutely love him. They've done their homework, and we're probably drafting an instant starter on our offensive line. We traded our 3rd-round pick to move up to that 28th spot to get Noah Fant, so we're dropping down to the 4th-round pick. And once you get down here, it gets a little bit hairy. But I think I may have found a guy that the Bills would be very interested in. He's kind of a freak player, okay? It's linebacker Terrell Hanks from Mexico State. So Terrell Hanks he's a tackling machine out of New Mexico State. He was one of the guys that was a finalist for the Buckus Award. For those of you that don't know, it's linebacker of the year. A solid 4-year resume at New Mexico State. One of the positive things about him, and it's something Sean McDermott loves, is he's one of these guys that plays downhill. He's just constantly on the move, constantly going after the ball, and that's what he's all about. That's the kind of linebacker he is. He's not going to kill you with his size or his speed. He's 6'2", 242 pounds, ran a 4.98 40. Okay, you throw him in there. We know we need linebacker help. We got Tremaine, we have Milano. Those two are pretty much locked up for at least the next 2 to 3 years. The issue is Lorenzo. What's he going to play this year? How often is he going to play? We all know he's getting up there in age. So we have to find that other outside linebacker. And Hanks looks like he has some solid potential to be there. And if not, this is a great type of draft pick for if he doesn't start at linebacker, he can play special teams. That downhill type of player is the kind of guy that makes those big special teams plays, those big special teams tackles. And this guy led his team in tackles. He's a monster on the field. This is a project pick, but a special teams guy that works on his craft. And kind of hopefully you hope that he can be a Matt Milano type where we take him in the 4th or 5th round and he can develop into something special. All right, guys, round 5, pick 147. This is probably going to be the last pick I'm going to do here because once you get later than the 5th round, I'm no expert. I do my homework. I watch film. I do my research on who the Bills have brought in or who they're interested in, and obviously I have a feel for the positions that we need to get better at, get younger at. So I have a feel for the game and for the Bills' need. But once you get later on in the 4th or the 5th round, there's college scouts that have been going after these guys for months and months and months now. So this is a running back who the Bills have taken a look at, who the Bills have brought in. Looks like on film he has some juice. He's got some serious talent that might translate to the NFL. So with that 147th pick in the 5th round, I think the Bills take Florida Atlantic running back. We all know that we need a little bit of help at running back. We have Frank Gore and Shady McCoy right now. Okay, they're 48 and 96 years old. We know that we're going to draft him back here. There's no doubt about it. And Singletary's a guy that we could get late round with a high ceiling. I mean, he has a really high prospect grade with the NFL Combine at a 5.53, which with that grade it says chance to become an NFL starter. Okay, he's 5'7", 203 pounds, and this guy is a touchdown monster. And he's a tough back, especially for a small guy. I mean, he can get low and he can take some licks, boy. He can break tackles, as you can see on this film. Once there's contact made, he tends to break off and have big plays. Some of his strengths, catching in the backfield. Where the NFL's going now, you see a lot of these check down running backs making big plays. The Kamaras and the Mark Ingrams and the James Whites and those types of players. And Devin Singletary seems to be that type of player. Man, this guy has a ton of upside. And to get him in the 5th round, where we know we need a running back, we know we need somebody that's got a little bit of juice, it's got a little bit of power and explosiveness with Shady and Frank Gore on the way back end of their careers. This seems like it would be a really, really good fit. Again, there's a couple different running backs. You got the Bryce Loves and the Hendersons and whatnot coming out of this draft. But Singletary's a guy that I like. And that's it for the mock draft, guys. We have a few more picks, and who the hell really knows how this thing's going to go. But those are the type of players, and those are the type of moves I see the Bills making, the Brandon Beane moves I see out there. So stay tuned. I'm going to be going live for the draft, so make sure you come hang out on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you do. Make sure you like this video, comment what you think about the mock draft, who you'd like to see the Bills grab, subscribe, all the above. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. Let's go Bills, baby.